gonna try this number 3 right now.
Oh my God! Take 27.
We've been running into some mad issues trying to get this pod recorded, and this isn't even the first time we've done this.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is your boy Kingmiddy out here. Thank you to the good folks who are listening on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Shout out to you. Thank you. This is another edition of Africanist West Coast in LA. We're going to come up with a title at some point, but for now, it is what it is. And I'm joined by my boy Tunde.
Yes, sir.
We're going to give a recap of everything.
You got to say the whole sentimental shit. And say the sentimental shit, too. Make sure you let them know how you feel, just like you did in the last recap, or, you know what I'm saying, the last intro. Let them know. You know what I'm saying? I want the re-feeling. Go for it.
We're going to try to get this again. So... Because it won't feel the same.
I don't care. I will pretend like this is the first time I heard it. Oh, really, my nigga? That's how you feel? Word. Love.
All right. So, shout out to Tunde.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first people I met when I got to L.A.
Word.
Even reached out to him before I got to L.A. Told Tunde, was like, yo, I'm going to be in L.A. I'm moving out here. Need a spot to live. Where's a good spot to stay at, you know? Tunde pointed me to the right direction, was like, yo, get whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, do this. You want to stay around this area, you know. Gave me all those little instructions, and I was like, yo, I'm very appreciative for that, you know. So, you know, we giving flowers while we still have our friends here.
Word.
So,
appreciate
go ahead and introduce yourself to the people and let them know, tell them about yourself, Tunde.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you having me on the show. Thank you for the acknowledgement again. Mm-hmm. My name is Tunde. I'm from Chicago. Tunde Adigun, to be specific. You know what I'm saying? Night job boy. I'm from Chicago. I'm a comedian. I'm an actor, podcaster. Also throw, social networking events. I throw comedy shows. I'm a dot connector. I do it all. I know a bunch of different people from all different walks of life, and you know what I'm saying. I love putting people together. I love spreading positive energy. You know what I'm saying, and entertaining and stuff like that. Been in California for about 7 years now. Came here when I was 23 years old. Didn't know nothing, didn't know nobody like that, you know what I'm saying, for real. Had $40 in my pocket and spent it on weed that night. And that's a fact. It could be merched. You could ask any of my siblings or my homie Vic. Shout out to my nigga Vic. He was the one who brought me the weed that night.
And before weed became legal in California.
Hell yeah, before it got cool too. Before everybody was smoking, I was out here really against the grain with it. You know what I'm saying? I was out here even in high school with it. But anyway, yeah, enough about my weed escapades. Yeah, I'm a regular brother out here just trying to, make it. Ambitious, and you know what I'm saying? I'm on a mission, and I'm on the ambition mission, I guess.
All right, so I've had the pleasure of being on Tunde's podcast, Do Say and Backwoods, multiple times. Yes, sir. And, I thought I'd extend the invitation to Tunde. We have recorded this podcast before.
Yeah, it was me, you, and Femi. Right,
yeah, Femi. Femi was here.
Shout out to Femi.
And it didn't, I'm not the engineer of the podcast team, so I tried my best. We couldn't salvage it. So we just had to take that out.
First and foremost, this nigga got 1,000 computers and shit in his crib. For him to say he's not the engineer of some shit is false.
I'm not the audio engineer.
All right, you just couldn't figure it out that day. But it's cool.
Hey,
we're here now. It's all good.
We tried different solutions.
Right.
And that was
exactly.
a dope podcast, too.
Yeah, it was. It's like 2 hours. Yeah, it's long as shit.
Yeah.
It's quality content. It's a race. It's a conversation. I don't even remember what was said.
We talked about a lot of stuff.
We talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
but it's all good. We here today.
We gonna give y'all good content today.
Yeah. We here today. What's poppin'?
So yeah, Tunde,
yes,
you are a comedian.
I am.
Tell the people how you got started in the comedy.
Shit, I was roasting niggas, frying niggas. No, I'm just playing. Honestly, truth be told, in Chicago, I don't know if y'all Joan or if y'all be roasting and shit out in D.C.
I didn't know y'all called it Joan.
Well, we be calling it roasting, really, and frying niggas and just like, you know what I'm saying, baking niggas, all type of shit. Yeah. Just mainly frying. Like, people be frying niggas a lot and roasting back in the day, but It's more so frying. And then just like, you know what I'm saying, depending on who you hang with, some people say Jonan, some people, you know what I'm saying.
I always thought Jonan was like a DC, like that's the word, because I think some people said the dozens or something like that.
I don't know what the fuck that sounds like.
That
Sounds
like some
country shit. The dozens.
It might be a country
what?
shit.
Yeah, that's what I kind of got Jonan shit from like country niggas and shit too that like came up to like, you know what I'm saying, Chicago and shit. But no, like in all honesty, like, okay, like, you know, and if any African listening to this that knows, we are the butt of all the jokes. You know what I'm saying? Don't be dark skinned. You know what I'm saying? Like being African and having a different name and having shit. You know, especially all of that shit. What? So it's like, man, my name is Baba Tunde. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like Baba Tunde. It's like I'm getting all of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I came in an era when it's just like it's either you had jokes or you had hands or you needed to have both. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can even have hands and niggas will still roast your ass. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I had to develop both the jokes and the hands. But then the jokes got better. Not even saying better than the hands, but it was like the jokes was like, all right, cool. Well, we just not even gonna start with him because if I do want to fight him, I do gotta fight him. But you know what I'm saying? If I do fight him and I beat him, he still may have some jokes too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's like, nigga, yeah, you beat me with your big forehead having ass, whatever, cool. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm still roasting you the next day because, and also too, the type of person I was, like, I was popular, so it was like, I wasn't one of the persons that you could like fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? So if I was joking on you, you just gotta take it. You know? So it's like, I just kind of got to the point where it was like, different people was telling me that I was funny outside of just joking, just like random banter and conversation. So it just was like, all right, my nigga, I guess, you know. I never took it like comedy is the last thing in a million years I would have thought I would do.
Why is that?
I'm actually a very serious dude. You know what I'm saying? Ironically, like it's a contradiction. Like sometimes when people meet me, they don't like, you do comedy. They're like, yeah, I get these jokes, man. Like I will make you laugh for 20 minutes straight. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I approach life in a really serious way because of like kind of all the shit I've been through and just certain and like it's kind of the thing with comedy. I feel like I was groomed to be a comedian even though I never thought I was funny because comedians have the hardest lives and some of us are the most saddest or depressed people and they entertain people. You know what I'm saying?
Say that. I feel like comedians are very introspective. Like they're always in their heads and very observant. Yeah. You have to be able to observe what's going on around you to be able to make these jokes about things. Mm-hmm. Like you have to spend more time in your own head, in your own thoughts, than actually communicating with people. Mm-hmm. So that to me is why I was like, oh, you know, that sounds like the perfect way to become a comedian or something like that. Yeah,
but it's fucked up though. Some people have happy lives, or some people, you know what I'm saying, have lives that I guess they've been better, you know, in better positions than others, and they talk about things from that perspective, or you know, that's all comedy really is. It's observations, perspectives, and experiences, and how you articulate them in your own personal manner, and how you gear that to your personality and express them to people. Because that's pretty much what it is. A complete stranger on stage expressing their personality and their outlook on life to other strangers. And it tickles them in a certain manner. It just makes them think about stuff that they thought about, or about stuff they would have never thought about in their fucking life. You know what I'm saying? But that person, that's what makes comedy artistic too, because we're painting a picture for you with just words, no music, no sound, or nothing. It's just us on stage. When Kevin Hart get on stage and all type of shit, he in a fucking arena and all shit, fire, it's all type of shit, and then this little motherfucker just pop out the middle and just start telling jokes. Like nigga ain't no fucking elephants doing backflips, nigga. Ain't no magical shit happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just this little motherfucker on stage with a mic in front of 20,000 people. You know what I'm saying? But he's painting a picture that's so big that everybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the power in comedy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, like it was something that I kind of legitimately fell into just based off of people telling me that like I was funny.
Okay. So from Chicago to LA, what made you come out here to do comedy? And not New York or something like that?
Well, LA was the place that I always said I wanted to be. Like when I was 16 years old, before I even knew I wanted to do comedy. I started doing comedy when I was 20. So I've been doing comedy for 10 years now. So, and then like really doing comedy, like for real, and then I started like in the trenches, like in like 47th and King in the city. You know what I'm saying? And at Jokes and Notes. And that comedy club doesn't even exist no more in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? it got shut down. So it's like if you really did comedy in Chicago, you had to touch that mic and touch that stage, and it don't even exist no more. So you can't even really say that you did comedy like that for real if you ain't been there. So like when I started it off like with the with just doing comedy. What did you ask?
Huh?
What did you ask? I'm sorry, I went on a tangent.
What made you choose?
Oh yeah, L.A. Right. Yeah, because one, I'm already from a cold place.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna go to another place that's fucking cold. And I made up my mind when I was a youngin', when I was, like I said, when I was 16 years old, I was gonna move to LA because just off the limb, like shit, nigga, this is where I wanna be. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can smoke weed there and it's hot, nigga, all the time. It's girls. Yeah, hell yeah, this is definitely where I wanna be. So it's like, and then I didn't like being cold. I never liked being cold. And then when I realized at like 23, like, okay, I can really do this comedy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I put together and headlined my own show in Chicago. And then after I did that and I graduated from college, I'm like, yep, LA is the place. Because that's what's warm. New York ain't fucking warm. And it's dirty. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New York people. Shout out to New York and everything that they got going on over there. But y'all know that y'all got some shit going on over there that's different.
I mean, I'll say for me, because New York was my first destination. I was like, if I'm going to go anywhere, it's New York, Houston. And those are like the only two places I ever even thought of living. And
I get that because New York is because you're from the East Coast. That's the next biggest thing. That's the Big Apple. And, Houston is the Big Apple for Africans. Nigga, that's the mecca of Africans in fucking America. So I get that.
Houston, a lot of southern hospitality.
A lot. You'll get married tomorrow.
Hey, I have fun in Houston.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah.
Hey,
last time I was out in Houston, man, I was a good Muslim man as always. Just being wholesome to my faith. But anyway, what was I saying?
I thought you were gonna talk about that. Your birthday.
Oh, my birthday? My birthday was lit, nigga. Shit, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Y'all be pouring champagne on niggas out DC. That's y'all really do. I was like, man, y'all here just wasting good liquor. Like, what the fuck?
That's how it is.
I just seen another thing recently just go viral, but some Jamaicans and some shit just pouring. Oh, I'm like, first of all, that man is drowning. He wasted a very good outfit, and that is a lot of money in champagne.
They had Ace of Spades with them too.
They had all of the shits, rose, Ace of Spades, nigga. They was drowning that nigga in everything. Like, first of all, don't ever. First of all, I paid money for this outfit. Like, stop it. But I get this culture. Yeah, y'all did. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, cool. That was the first time. It's the first and last time that is happening. I'm telling y'all right now. I don't give a fuck what tradition it is. Niggas will not shower me in fucking champagne.
Nah, because you know what's funny? Like, that same year, I had a table for my birthday, too, and the same thing happened to me. And I realized how painful it was, and I was like, damn, this shit burns your eyes. Burns your eyes like shit.
Nigga, that's why they give the athletes, when they win a championship, goggles now. Because somebody that went blind on a roster, and back in the 80s, getting pouring champagne in their fucking face, and now they're a liability. So what the fuck am I doing in the club as a regular nigga just on my birthday, my 28th birthday? The niggas is fucking spraying me with champagne in the eye, like, nigga, I wear contacts. Nigga, fucking get my shit burned.
That shit?
Yeah,
man.
I'm good.
That was a good night. That was a fun night.
But yeah, I know why you would go to New York. I get that. But me personally, I'm not going to New York because first of all, New York is fucking cold. Second of all, not to say that it's a dirty place, it's a beautiful place. But like, I don't like the whole trash on the street thing. Like, that shit's too much. And evidently, their rats is the size of fucking tennis shoes. Like that, I don't like that shit neither.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. I ain't got time for that. Their women are beautiful and their culture is amazing and their food is pretty decent. But no food is better than Chicago's to me personally. So if I was gonna go somewhere, I know I can do entertainment. And also too, I took LA as a challenge. As a big ass challenge because I've never been here. I've been to New York, so I could say all these things I was saying is cold, a little dirty, whatever. Beautiful women. I had a little bit of experience. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of taste of it, and I've met a lot of New York people. I only knew one nigga from Cali. I didn't know nobody else from California. I didn't know nothing about Cali before I got here. All I knew is this was a warmer place that I wanted to be, and I can do comedy here. Okay. And this is the if I was gonna go to the league in something, this was it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I came here.
Because to me, it seems like from the comedians that I watch and like their trajectory and all that stuff, they're like, all right, I'm going to go to New York, I'm going to write a couple jokes, do Carolines, all that stuff, and try to get on SNL.
Yeah.
And then try to go that way. At least that's the old model, I think. The new model now is just like put some shit up on IG, try to blow, get people to come to your show, and try to go from there.
Yeah, but that doesn't really work in retrospect all the time because, excuse me, some of these IG niggas are not funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I see it all day, every day. And then, like, you can, and the thing is, they can tell the difference because they gravitate towards the real comics more because everybody does. Like, funny can't be, like duplicated. Like, the sound can. You know what I'm saying? That's why musicians come a dime a dozen. But a comic, like a real comedian, that's why there's old-ass comics that's been doing comedy for 40 years. Yeah. Because no matter if you young nigga or you new nigga think he's funny, he has done jokes and his personality has been embedded in stone with people that no matter what he says to his crowd, that's gonna go. But that's because he's done that over time, brick by brick. This new generation of no, just like instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? Instant satisfaction too is just like they give you the quick funnies. It's like, all right, cool, something quick topic about something. But okay, if that quick topic that you were talking about is a minute long, can you stretch that for 5 minutes? Can you stretch that for 3 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Can you make that a 15-minute set, or can you actually come up here and say something that's actually conducive to the vibe of how the room is going? Because not everybody can host. Not everybody can do 15 minutes. Some people can just host and get people up. Some people can't go up and just do their time.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
And I'll say this, hosting and doing the podcast, because when we do live events, I know for damn sure I couldn't do it by myself.
Exactly.
To me, having Kwaku, Yao, Femi next to me, and like it's like we just playing off each other like we normally do. Mm-hmm. It makes it funny for me. Like then I can just be like throw the funny out there.
Exactly.
But if I'm on, trying to do it by myself, even like trying to do the podcast by myself, I'm more serious doing this stuff than I am if I'm doing the podcast with them.
Right.
Because then I'm like, all right, I can throw the jokes out there. I can just like let them be the serious ones. But here it's like, all right, I gotta kind of have a serious rapport and like let niggas, you know.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, because it's hard being the center of attention, like because public speaking is the second highest form of anxiety. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker get to freaking out, nigga. You ask them to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And they could do backflips for days or some shit like that, but you give them a mic and say talk. Not even just say jokes, nigga. Just talk. You know what I'm saying? They get the sweating bullets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like it's different for everybody. Like no, you good. Everybody's understanding of that is different. So as far as this comedy shit, like going about it a different way, it's not easier because of social media. It kind of makes it a little bit more saturated. I wouldn't even say harder, just saturated. Because everybody throws in their bio comedian. Everybody wants to say that they're comedian. But in retrospect, when you really think about what makes a comedian, it's how you're able to cultivate a room full of strangers with your words and able to paint a picture that they've never even thought or could see before. A comic is somebody who's able to cultivate things that are funny and that can be humorous to you, no matter what they are, whether they're skits, whether they're in movies, whether they're in fucking a dress, whether they're in a wig, whether they're in certain things. Mm-hmm. That's why you catch people who are, you know what I'm saying, who are funny in movies, but you see them in stand-up and they kind of trash, you know what I'm saying? Or you see them as funny stand-up people, but they can't act.
But also, to me, I think, I look at a comedian like a DJ sometimes, because you know a DJ, you DJ music, you control the room, mm-hmm. right? And you have to be able to read the room to control the room. Mm-hmm. And I think of a DJ a comedian is that way as well. Like, these are people who, they have a set that they go into in their mind, but they have to be able to read the room to know how to deliver it, mm-hmm. to how to, what order to put these jokes in. That's
dead on. That's a very good observation because that's exactly how it is. Because every and this is the thing too about being a real comic, because you can find yourself really being discouraged as a comic based off of other people in the crowd, mm-hmm. who literally have nothing to do with your fucking career. You know what I'm saying? Because of somebody else's fucking mood or somebody else's reaction to the last nigga that went up. they're now the fucking Debbie Downer of the fucking crowd. So they're giving you this negative energy, knowing that what the fuck you're saying is actually funny because you've said it to multiple people before. But because this person is bringing you down so much because they're sitting up fucking front or they're sitting in the corner with that bright ass fucking yellow shirt on, and every time you look at the exit, you see them, and you see their frown ass face, or you see, you know what I'm saying? It can make you feel like you're not funny because people are laughing, but energy is contagious. You know what I'm saying? Laughter is contagious.
But it also works the other way too, because I remember one time I was at the Comedy Store and I was also a little smacked at the time too. This is when I started getting into Eddie's. So, and I just remember one dude who was like, the room was right here. Everyone was laughing. Everyone, like, mind you, this is the base. Everyone's right here. This dude was like right here with the laughter. And I'm like, yo, the comedian's funny, but he's not that funny to be getting that type of laughter.
Right, yeah.
Even the comedian felt it himself. He was like, yo, this guy's really enjoying the show.
Right, yeah.
So I was like, damn, it must be these Eddies is hitting me.
Right, yeah. See, and that's nothing. That's why they serve liquor and shit at the, like, also, too, you can't tell somebody else what's funny to them. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is react based off of what you heard, and they can react based off of what they heard. So it's just like, I've had that situation, too. And also, you have to be able to react to that as a comic, because some people, I've had a girl sit right up front, and I even have video of this, sit right up front while I was talking or whatever, and I'm giving a set, and I'm giving a good set. She's agreeing with everything I'm saying. Now, mind you, she's not trying to be malicious or heckle me or anything. She's just like, yes, hell, you right. Hell yeah, it's great. Bitch, shut up. Just laugh. Stop talking to me, giving me this back and forth. Yes, that's right. Like, first of all, you're talking louder than I am joking. So you're not allowing the people to hear my joke, my dear. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but as an audience member, right? Because I always thought it was cool when, like, someone in the audience throws out a random thing, and then the comedian just riffs on that, and it goes and it makes the show. I'm like, dang. Prime
example. I was in Oklahoma at the beginning of the year. I went out there to perform for my homie Juice. Shout out to Juice. He throws a show out in Oklahoma every year, a few times a year actually, and it's co-produced by him and Russell Westbrook. Okay. And they have their organization, but Juice hosts it and he puts the whole thing together. Does a great job in it. So this time he had me come out there, and I did like a 20-minute set. You know what I'm saying? I ripped it. This is my first time ever being in Oklahoma. First time anybody ever seen me before out there. And you know me, I had a turban and a dashiki. I'm like a whole different type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? So this is Oklahoma City now. I've never been to Oklahoma a day in my fucking life. All white people, all conservatives. This is a red fucking state. This is a hot red state. You feel me? So they telling me, okay, I had me a dope ass Trump joke, nigga. They was like, I had a Trump joke. Hell yeah. They was like, nigga, no Trump jokes tonight, no Jesus jokes. That's what the homegirl said, who's an event planner. Shout out to Aisha. No Trump jokes, no Jesus jokes. She was like, none of that shit tonight. Keep that shit to yourself. I was like, what? All right, cool. I ain't gonna fuck it up tonight. But so I'm doing my regular set or whatever, and I'm killing them, right? And in the midst of me talking, some white dude, and he was definitely a rich white dude because he was sitting up front, and them motherfucking seat cost $1,000. Yeah, them niggas is, that kind of shit. It was just over 600 plus people in that show. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole packed out little arena. So this nigga's up front, right? And these white people's drunk. And now, mind you, the show was a dope show, but evidently a couple of people that beforehand, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like having some seasoned chicken and some chicken. You know what I'm saying? The chicken is still good, but it ain't as good as the seasoned chicken. You feel what I'm saying? I was the seasoned chicken. So beforehand, it was like, So when I was there, and everybody's more engaged, they laughing and shit like that. So the guy, I'm talking, and he goes, yeah, you know what it is, Lewis. I go, who the fuck is Lewis? And everybody goes, I literally stopped, and the whole crowd, everybody was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, who the fuck is Lewis? You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, you get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Eddie Murphy from Trading Places, like Lewis. I was like, yeah, I get that, but nigga, I got a turban on. Who the fuck would make you think that my name is Lewis, fam? You know what I'm saying? So now I'm literally doing like 3 to 5 minutes on this nigga. His wife the white people around him, they are crying laughing because now I'm just going at him. This Lewis thing, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on with this Lewis? Like, I don't forgot what I was saying, but it was just different shit that I was saying.
But that adds to the value.
That adds to the value, but that's because I'm a fucking comedian and I've been doing this for 10 years. But also I've been in a situation too where, God bless, I'm still just good at it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody did some shit like that to me and said something that was like, what the fuck? Yeah, all right, whatever. Thankfully, I was able to catch up, but it threw me the fuck off. Like, if I was high and or some shit, like, if I had just started off, like, now I can be high, drunk, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for so long, I'll always know where to catch back up. But in my earlier years when I first started, that shit would have been like, yeah, so, fucking Lewis, shit. But, you know, being African, you know what I'm saying? That could really throw you off when somebody just throws, especially when you're in rhythm and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a paper. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing that I can just refer back to, like, oh, all right, or a fucking telecom. Yeah, none of that shit. So it's just up there by memory. So if I wasn't somebody that was actually a professional entertainer, I literally took that and I took that situation, turned it into my own, ripped his ass, made the people now want to hear me even more, went back into my shit. Whether it was funny or not, I now have everybody by the balls because of what I just did. So because it's funny and the momentum I have now, I'm winning. And then because, like I said, I know how to strategically set up my jokes and my set, I threw it back in at the end. Something to refer to that like what comedians do. They'll say something in the beginning, say then something that, oh shit, that was funny, you know what I'm saying? That type shit. So now I'm still now on his ass and he's in front. And mind you, I saw that man afterwards, he hugged me like I was his fucking son. His wife and shit was like, oh my God, that was so funny. You know what I'm saying? Wanting me to tear his ass up. Yeah, get him.
She probably mad.
See, no, she wasn't mad. That's what your ass gets. Shut the fuck up.
Mad at him.
Yeah, that's what the fuck you get. Shut the fuck up talking. Who told you to talk while that nigga was talking? What's wrong with you? Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a good story.
Yeah, so it happens.
To go back into comedy, because we got other things we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite comedians?
Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac.
Okay. Okay. Not a bad list.
Yeah, it's specific for all of those.
I think Kevin Hart would be the person I move from that list.
I could understand why.
And Chris Rock would be who I put in.
I can understand that too.
So I like the little political, more comedy. So someone like Michael Shea, I like his comedy for some reason.
Definitely, me too.
But other people don't translate. Like, I'm not the biggest Mike Epps fan. Or
right. I can
Cat Williams.
Understand that as well.
But there's jokes
I think both of them are hilarious.
There's jokes that both of them have made that made me like, yo, that's funny.
That was funny as fuck.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, that's silly
but
niggas.
The whole set to me, I'm just like, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I watch Chris Rock and I'm like, dang, that's so
true.
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing.
No, that.
Yeah.
So, and even someone like Eddie Griffin, I feel like he doesn't get the props he deserves.
Eddie Griffin is a real king of comedy. He's big boy funny, like for real. He's one of those. Eddie Griffin, D.L. Hughley, fucking Cedric the Entertainer, even Steve Harvey. I went and watched a lot of. Jamie Foxx is a beast. Jamie Foxx is a beast comedian. Fucking Martin Lawrence, yeah. Martin Lawrence is somebody that I feel, and an irony about it, like Martin Lawrence is somebody that I would actually, ideally would want my type of career to go as, in the sense where he was somebody that was actually a very serious person, even still now, and you can see it, like he's a very serious person. And he was very well respected in comedy based off of the fact that the things that he talked about were from a serious perspective, but silly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when he would joke on people and rant on them in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Talking about Flavor Flav and all type of different people. Like when he told a girl she liked Big Bird or whatever, you know, it's all type of shit. He was relevant for that era and how he, you know, presented himself then. So I just feel that I'm a type of person, like I said, I'm a little bit more serious than I am silly, but I can be silly, you know what I'm saying, at certain point in times. And it's like one of my ideal roles that I would definitely want to have is two of the roles that he played. The role in Bad Boys, the role that he had in the first two Bad Boys, maybe not the last one, but the first Bad Boys definitely. Also possibly like what was that other movie? Blue Streak or like House Party.
Okay.
I would want to play like, you know what I'm saying, his role in one of them things because I know that my type of character would fit that, you know what I'm saying, because of my demeanor.
I think the first time I seen you do stand up, you reminded me more of Chris Tucker.
Okay.
The mannerisms gave me Chris Tucker.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. I think going forward, it's kind of evolved to where I just see you as your own comedian now, where I can't really relate you to another comedian anymore. It's just, that's Tunde's style of comedy. And
thank you. That's the best compliment I've ever gotten. Thank you.
And I think that to me is what, like, because I feel like, you know, I'm not a comedian or I'm not someone who purposely tries to be funny, but I respect comedians because I know the hard work it takes to. I even thought about doing stand-up. I was like, you have
no idea how many times I hear this comment. All the time. So many people think. That's what I'm saying. That's why like I fuck with comedy because everybody think they funny. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. You are funny. Let me tell you. And I will be the first comic to tell regular people all the time, you're fucking hilarious. You are funny. So just so you know, from a comedian, you funny, my man. So continue.
But it's not an easy thing to do. Mm-hmm. And then you gotta also think about like, all right, granted, there's funny things that have happened to me, but again, like some people won't find it funny. Yeah. Like I realized, like even in high school, like we talk about being African and all that, and like how, you know, the way you had to grow up and like fend for yourself a little was like you either, you know, crack jokes on people or you fought. Mm-hmm. To me, I was like, all right, Bama's gonna crack jokes. All right, cool. I'm gonna start throwing jokes back. But then it got to a point where it's like the jokes weren't even personal jokes. It was just like jokes you making about shit in general, and everybody would laugh. But I never got the girls to laugh. It'd always be the dudes who was like, "Damn, I mean, you funny as hell." Right, but the girls would just be like, "Oh, you rude, you insensitive." How you say something like that? I'm like, "Damn, like."
It's like, yo, fuck his moms. What you talking about? That bitch like, bow-legged anyway. Yeah, like so just say whatever wild shit.
I was like, you know what? It's not for everybody. My taste is not for everybody. I can't. You know, so I'm gonna just redirect this energy to something else.
You would be surprised your taste. Like I seen Pete Davidson stand up recently.
I was just watching that.
Yeah, too. And that nigga's different. Like he's a different type.
Some of them jokes, I was like, yo.
No, it's just that's the thing, the quirky thing about it. Like everybody's comedy. That's the hardest thing about unlocking this code in comedy. That takes people so long. Like I said, I've been doing comedy 10 years. It probably took me a strong 4 years in to look myself in the mirror and be like, yeah, Tune, you got it. Fuck what anybody else says, positive or negative about you. You got it, and you believe that you got it. You know that you got it. Like, you've done this so many times, and you've done this in so many different scenarios, and you've made yourself laugh, nigga. You are funny. You are what you've watched on TV. You are what you think you are. It took me 4 years to say that, you know what I'm saying? So, at a certain point, to be able to unlock that code and be able to say, yes, my personality, how I present it to complete strangers will be funny. So somebody like Pete, somebody like, you know what I'm saying, Dave Chappelle, somebody like just anybody, Eddie Murphy, just anybody that has a certain type of personality, it's so strong and it's so, it's such an outlier compared to other people that their voice is heard to the masses because it's so different, you know what I'm saying? And that's why myself, also, I feel that the reason why it's taken a while for me to get on, because like you just said, there's nobody that sounds like me. You can't even compare me to nobody. Because one, I'm a first generation Nigerian that's from Chicago, that's a Muslim that actually can say he was a street nigga at some point in time in his life, that actually went outside, that has people that can seriously vouch for ample amount of bullshit that other these young niggas glorify. You know what I'm saying? So I come and I look at, and I went to school with white people. You know what I'm saying? And I went to college and I have a degree. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, but just like I have a degree, I got a record. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of that shit that I have an understanding of, but I don't come from dysfunctional ass household or, you know what I'm saying, child abuse or fucking drugs or some shit. No, I come from a 2-parent household. Both of them got degrees. You know what I'm saying? And every year of their life, every decade of their life, they advance themselves. So I didn't just stay in poverty or just stay in fucked up mindsets. Nah, I seen motherfuckers get their shit together. And, you know what I'm saying, provide for their family. So it's like, but then again, my homie just came home from doing 3 years for an attempted murder. One of my good friends. You know what I'm saying? This is a friend. And I told my mother my mother told me that she was going to go visit one of her kids that she worked for or that she services for, like, as a social worker in jail or some shit. And she was stressing about, like, I got to go visit a kid in jail. And she was talking to me and my brother. Oh, yeah, such and such spot. Yeah, you off California and such and such. Yeah, oh, yeah, I know about that. She like, how the fuck you know about the spot? What you mean, nigga? You can visit there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? I used to go there all the time for my mans. My mans is still locked up in there or whatever. She's like, how you friends with? I'm like, Mom, stop that shit. Come on. Like, I understand that you African, but you're not blind. We grew up in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? My friend just came home. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I used to play ball with, fight with, you know what I'm saying? All type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, the understanding that I have about shit is a little different because I'm not Kevin Hart, and I damn sure ain't Michael Blackson. They're two funny ass niggas that are in their own lane.
Michael Blackson is funny.
Exactly, and he represents African people in a certain type of. And honestly, he represents African people in the most ignorant way that Americans see us, and that's just being the best way I can depict it. No shade to him, no disrespect, but the bitch, he don't talk like that, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's not
like that's his gimmick. That's his presentation as an entertainer and as a professional. And that's cool. But I'm sure he a real nigga. I'm sure he from Philly. Like I'm sure he a dude that stands on certain principles. I won't present myself in that way completely outside of being a joke. You know what I'm saying? Once the joke is over, it's Tunde on stage. You know what I'm saying? He does the joke the whole time. He does the joke all the time.
Like a walking caricature.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that to me is like, part of my issue is like, because my whole thing now that I'm learning myself as a person is like, how do I advance Nigerians and Africans forward?
Exactly.
That's like my whole thing.
Exactly.
And I look at that like, that doesn't.
I'm you know what? Forward. Sorry, but me honestly, I'm not even trying to look how do you advance Nigerians and African forwards. I'm trying to look how it advance us forward, first generation Nigerians. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, for first generation Nigerians or Africans in general, African Americans, we are in the gray area. We have the hardest positioning in life because it's so difficult for us to be in the norm as an American and then to be normalized as an African, depending on how you were raised or how you chose to go about your life, rather than going about it in just the way that, you know what I'm saying, naturally came to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't even speak Yoruba. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I can't say that I can put that on my parents or I can put that on myself. Nigga, I was raised, you know what I'm saying, where I was raised. And if I'm at home for fucking 40% of my life and I'm outside 60% of the time, I'm gonna pick up outside what I get. You know what I'm saying? More than what's at home. You feel what I'm saying? But then as I grow older in certain things, in the aspect of trying to learn my culture or be a part of certain things, I'm being called this Akata because I don't speak this way or I wear Timbs or I dress a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I feel the fucked up area is. What you about to say?
Nah, because when I was in Nigeria,
you was there with my family too, my brother and my sister.
Yeah, I was with Femi and Shone. So that's one of the things Femi felt like, damn, like, you know, it hurt him. Like,
and we talked about that
like,
shit.
Damn, like, I really, because that's what he was telling me. He was like, yo, it sucks because, you know, he can't really understand what people are saying like that or speaking like that to them. So it's like he's just like.
Just nodding his head or just like, all right, yeah.
And it's like, you know, you want to, and that's the thing, I look at it like, for me, going back home, is like, because I can speak it and I understand it, it was a whole different type of connection. And I'm like, damn, like that.
And they embrace you different, too.
Yeah, because
they embrace you more,
yeah. Whole family and everything.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, your aunts is over there joking, talking about like they rapping too. I was like, yo, that's funny as fuck.
Yeah, that's funny as fuck,
so just to see all of that, I'm like, damn, like it must have hit him differently than like, it hit Sean or like.
Yeah, Sean speaks. Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's and that's why literally there's no comic like me. Literally, there's not one like me. There's Godfrey, right? Shout out to Godfrey. He's Nigerian, first generation. He's actually from Chicago. He's from the north side of Chicago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Chicago, but you would think he's from New York because he spent damn near fucking 20 years, the past 20 years out in New York. You know what I'm saying? And that's what establishes. That was another thing too. I never wanted to be saturated in the spotlight or in the glitz and glamour or the culture of New York. I'm from Chicago and I'm proud of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I can say that I went outside and people who molded that city's culture and people who are right now running how things are going know me. You know what I'm saying? They know my brother. They know of my sister. They know, you know what I'm saying, that we really from there. So it's just like when I went to LA, I knew nothing and nobody knew me, and I, you know what I'm saying, I didn't know how much culture is here, but I came to learn it, you know what I'm saying, but then I didn't come to learn it and get, engulfed in and lose myself. Nah, fuck that, nigga, I'm still from Chicago, you know what I'm saying, but in New York, it's easy to do that, you know what I'm saying, because it's so similar like Chicago because of the atmosphere that it's easy to conform to that.
But I'll shoot New York some bail, and this is where I'm going to also go back to the Michael Blackson point, where it's like New York, I say now, at least in general now with the whole African culture being like almost mainstream now.
African culture. Biggest thing to be right now is African.
Yeah, pretty much, unless you I ain't gonna
yeah. Hey, listen, this is your podcast, brother. It's y'all rated. I'd probably say it on mine, but go for it.
But yeah, the biggest thing to be right now, like, in terms of culture is African. Like, so I think New York now, if you were a comedian trying to make it in New York now, you can establish that footing as being African. And I think this is where I'll shoot Michael Blackson some bail too, because even though I don't think his brand of comedy or what he's doing is funny to me,
I think he's funny. Please don't ever let that be known on record. I think Michael Blackson's fucking hilarious.
I'll say it on record, and I've met Michael Blackson before too.
I have too.
So to me, it's like I don't think it's funny. But I've come to appreciate what he's doing for the culture, because it's like we can't just have everyone moving in one lane for the culture. When we have more people moving in different lanes, that's how we can expand more and be as powerful as we, as dominating as we want to. Granted, the music is what's taking over now, but I give it like 2 more years. I think food will be the next thing that Africans. Man,
food is a big, you know what I'm saying? Food, we Africans literally move the culture, you know what I'm saying? In so many ways, and it's gotten to the point where now, like I said, like I feel that there's so many Africans right now that are not seen, but there's the, the Trevor Noahs, you know what I'm saying? People are just like, maybe not necessarily Nigerian, but, you know what I'm saying, the people who are half, or somebody who's like a Michael this or blah 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 this, and their last name is Akin Wale or blah, you know what I'm saying, like
Anthony Joshua,
whatever. Yeah, there's certain people that you see them, and then their last name or there's something, you know what I'm saying, correlates to them being African. Ain't no Tundes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even still, there's a Michael Blackson. There ain't no Oluwa, you know what I'm saying? Or no, there's a Wale, and that's a rapper. But there's no Tundes. And that's why I said what I'm doing, I'm legitimately the first of my kind. Because there's a Godfrey, you know what I'm saying? There's a Michael, but there's no Tundes. But there is Tundes, mind you. Shout out to all the African Nigerian comedians. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a Tunde, Ednut, or some. There's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people. There's
Don't Jealous Me guy.
Yeah, Don't Jealous Me, him. There's also Basket Mouth, Dulo, and then also too the Dulo. He's here. He's an American Nigerian. Yeah, he's from DC. But like I said, our presentation is different. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in a fraternity. He's a Q, if I'm not mistaken. He's a father. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
and he I feel like Dulo kind of follows somewhat of that Michael Blackson blueprint.
Exactly. The same thing. The same exact thing.
Like almost like the character.
The same thing.
I think.
And I've done shows with him before.
Yeah.
Well, we've done one show together. You know what I'm saying? But
so,
yeah.
To me, I think with Dulo, it's like it's not the same level of like, I don't want to say ignorance a little bit. Or at least, like, it's not the same, like, almost shucking and jiving type way it comes off with Michael Blackson.
Okay, wow.
So...
yeah, that's your perspective.
Hey, that's... And
Hey,
the thing
listen,
is, you know, it's just my opinion, but
no problem.
I don't have an issue with Michael Blackson now. He's just not
Your cup of tea.
Yeah.
No problem.
And I'm not gonna put that against him and say, hey, don't go watch his stuff. Like, don't support him.
You know, all those black men are funny.
Yeah, support the man if you like, if you find it funny. Hey, I don't find Mike Epps funny, but people will say I'm crazy for that.
Yeah, that nigga's funny. But you know, it's like I said, I present myself with a little bit more of an edge, personally, because my demeanor is different, and what like I talk about. Not to say that it's different from anybody, but it's just like my perspective is of an alpha, and I present that. So to be a first generation Nigerian, to be, you know, somebody that's up there talking how I talk, and I talk just like you know what I'm saying? I talk like a regular person, but my name is Tunde, and I'm up here with a fucking turban on just because I'm Muslim, and I got a fucking authentic dashiki or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my style. But I got on Tim's, nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's because that's my style. Like I don't look like nobody. Some nigga will come up there, Michael Blackson, have a whole fucking, now the nigga just be wearing anything just because it's expensive. You know what I'm saying? He be having a whole fucking Christmas suit, a Christmas tree, you know what I'm saying, up there because of Gucci outfit, and he still do the accent or whatever the whole time. Me, my presentation is a little different. I can talk with an accent, I can talk without an accent. I can be up there with my African shit on, I can be up there with regular fly shit on. And you know what I'm saying? I present myself also in another way that's like, shit, we Nigerian. Shit, we fly niggas. And also, I'm from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We dress up to go to the fucking laundromat. So, like, literally.
So, we gonna go back to the first pod that we recorded that never came out. Because you had told a story about when you had ran into a certain comedian, and I think this story was very funny, and I think people should know about this.
Sure.
Because this is what really happened. Well, you told two stories about two comedians that you ran into.
This was it.
I think, hang on. He's from Chicago.
Okay.
And it's not Mike, it's D-Ray Davis.
D-Ray, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So you had told a story about how you pushed up on D-Ray.
Pushed up. Context is key. Never pushed up on D-Ray. Never intimidated D-Ray. Never punked D-Ray. Never made him do anything on the record. Let it be known. I don't know how far this shit will travel. Let it be known. The fuck, ain't no nigga finna come back up to me in no hookah lounge like, nigga, yo, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I hope niggas, I heard you was on the podcast telling niggas that you punked me to get you. No, nigga, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about a young, ambitious nigga that came out here and wouldn't take no for an answer.
Okay.
That was the story you're talking about. And that's what happened. I would say I didn't make D-Ray. I tell people technically I made him give me 5 minutes, but I didn't give him an option. I gave him, you know what I'm saying, I gave him a choice that he couldn't refuse just based off of my ambition. I'll put it like that. And as a true big homie and as a real nigga, he couldn't deny it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would say. And what the situation was literally, I got out here, and when he was hosting his night at the Hollywood Improv, like he does, you know what I'm saying, every night or every Monday, and I was like, nigga, I'm finna perform tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's what I told myself on the drive there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, I'm finna get on the stage. I'm finna perform tonight. D-Ray gonna let me perform. I'm speaking into existence. And I found myself finding a situation. I was sitting at the bar or whatever. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. Don't nobody know me. Don't nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking to nobody for real like that. I see D-Ray. I see him there. Walk right up on the nigga. What's good, D-Ray? What's going on? My name Tunde, you know what I'm saying? I'm a comedian from the crib, you know what I'm saying? I know Mary, you know what I'm saying? I done performed Jokes and Notes on 47 The King, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I know Look Real, you know what I'm saying? I done performed with D, I'm just name dropping. I ain't know if I need to do that or not, nigga. That was all I thought, nigga. Just tell him as many names as you know, nigga. So he was just like, oh, word, hey, shout out, little nigga, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, man, shit, I'm fresh out here, you know what I'm saying? I live out here now, man, but I was really, really wondering if you can just, you know what I'm saying, give me 5 minutes, nigga. I really want to be on your, you know what I'm saying, your show. I promise you I'll rip that shit, nigga. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He's like, sure, nigga. Like, all right, man, sure. Fuck it. Why not? I'm going to do like 15 minutes and then, shit, I'm going to call you up and, you know what I'm saying, you can do your thing. And I was just like, he's like, you ready? Like, yeah. And he was like, all right, cool, bet.
Were you prepared?
Technically, yeah, because, like, I was still, you know what I'm saying, off a high from Chicago. So it's like I had my hot five, you know what I'm saying? Like that was my strong five, and I was running with it as a shorty. So yeah, the nigga he called me up, and the nigga went on stage. He did his 15, killed the niggas, you know what I'm saying, like he do. And right before he went up, this is the most interesting intro I've ever gotten. The nigga goes, all right, y'all. So I'm hilarious. I'm funny enough. So literally, he says this. I'm funny enough. I'm hilarious. So I'm about to bring somebody up to the stage. This is his first time being here. Now, mind you, I don't know this nigga from a can of paint. I don't know this nigga at all. I've never met him one day in my life. I have no idea if he's funny or not. But he is from Chicago, and he walked up on me like I better give him 5 minutes. And I just had to say, I gotta give this nigga a shot because I ain't finna have him going back to Hollywood telling niggas that D-Ray's a bitch ass nigga. He ain't giving niggas 5 minutes out here. He done turned Hollywood. So no, not now, nigga. You finna sink or swim on your own, little nigga. So I'm gonna need y'all to start clapping right now. Start clapping right now and put your hands together and give it up for Tunde. And he said my name right and everything. Said it right, and he brought me up stage. And I got on stage. I did my 5 minutes, and they laughed.
All right, that's good.
And I did my thing. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. And then he gave me a shout out. He gave me a nod, you know what I'm saying, pan like, yeah, man, did good thing. Then came back a week or two later, asked the niggas for 5 more minutes, went back up again, did my thing again. Then I asked him another time, he's like, hold on, little nigga, easy. Easy, nigga. Jared Wallace in here tonight, and you know what I'm saying, Mike Epps in here, everything. Relax, Deion Cole in here, chill out, nigga.
True,
yeah, so.
True.
Yeah.
But I think that goes to like the whole preparation, opportunity, and luck.
Yeah, when it meets
that whole formula of like how you get lucky when you have preparation and the opportunity, you put yourself out there.
Yeah, I have a few stories like that. Yeah.
So the second comedian that we mentioned on that lost episode that we recorded, TK Kirkland.
Oh right, yeah, right. I knew that was coming. Yeah, TK Kirkland. Shout out to TK Kirkland. Funny comedian, OG in the game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him.
So because my memory of this podcast is now a little woozy because of my old age.
Right. We're getting up there. Right, we're getting up there.
So go ahead and refresh my memory as well of this story.
See, what had happened, man, TK almost had me knocking him the fuck out. Now just playing. Just kidding. All jokes. Definitely wasn't the case at all. Let me tell y'all something. This joke stealing shit in the comedy world is real. And people are very serious about it and very sensitive when it comes to some shit that they made up or that they use as they brand or they use to, you know what I'm saying, make money with. And I feel that. I dig that 150%. This is that. Then it's beautiful. This goes hand in hand with the scenario. I just said, right, that after the first time I did my thing, then I came back again a second time to go up. And D-Ray let me go a second time, and I killed it, right? Mm-hmm. That second time is when this TK incident occurred. Okay? So it correlates with each other. So I go up, right? I'm at Hollywood Improv. I go up, and I be going there dolo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little nigga. I go everywhere dolo, kind of, you know what I'm saying? I really don't. Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I went there. And like I said, I did my time, and in the midst of me doing my joke, right? Now, mind you, TK is like 50, you know what I'm saying? This nigga's triple my age. Like, he's older nigga, you know what I'm saying? So he's been in the game for a while. Like, he's been on television, you know, all type of shit. So his jokes have circulated, you know what I'm saying, for years. Mm-hmm. Personally, though, you know what I'm saying, I've never been a comedian that steals jokes, especially older people. I'm not stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said I'm the first of my kind, because I specifically try very hard to talk like Tunde would. Not nobody, no other street nigga, no tough guy, no funny nigga, no, I'm not no Kevin Hart, and I don't put on no, I can't be nobody else, you know what I'm saying? And I don't try to be. So with the scenario with him, it's like sometimes comics find themselves recycling jokes. But then again, certain people have a brand that they know that, nigga, that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? You saying my shit, nigga, that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, innately, as a comic, we all listen to each other. We all, you know what I'm saying? We all write jokes. We all, you know what I'm saying? And some comics, you know what I'm saying, favor others, or some comics had an idea like somebody else had, or they add something in, you know what I'm saying? But then you can tell some people are just stealing jokes. You know what I'm saying? Just verbatim type shit. So the scenario that happened with me and TK was, I went up, right, as a young opener. When TK was on the bill of that show as a headliner or whatever to say, I think he was a headliner or something. on the bill. I went up as a shorty or whatever, you know what I'm saying? D-Ray gave me the 5 minutes. When he gave me my 5 minutes or whatever, I'm up there and I'm doing a joke or whatever. And in the midst of, or as I'm doing my joke, like as comics, you know, just anything, you know what I'm saying? You exaggerate or you know what I'm saying? You play off the crowd, you do crowd work, you know what I'm saying? You mess with somebody, oh yeah, them wings is big as hell, bro, you know what I'm saying? Your ass must be hungry. Like, whatever the fuck you got to say, you know what I'm saying? Just based off of your surrounding or the atmosphere and people's reaction. So I don't know specific, and I still to this day don't even know the joke that I said necessarily. So one of the many of my jokes, in that joke, or as like an exaggeration or a little extra season that's in a joke, I was just like, yeah, bitch, who raised you? You know what I'm saying? And how I said it, evidently, it made people laugh more, right? Mm-hmm. Because it was already added on to the momentum of the joke that I already had. And when that was said, that is a distinct branding joke that TK has been using for years. You know what I'm saying? But how he used it is way more exaggerated. He sets it up way more meticulous. Like you know what I'm saying? That's his go-to. That's his thing. You know what I'm saying? He has a voice that he uses. Yeah, the whole thing he does with it. You know what I'm saying? I just said it on the limb, just you know what I'm saying? Bitch, who raised you? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like, and went on to my next joke type thing. But people laughed off that exaggeration because it was, like I said, momentum. Somebody seen it. One of his entourage, one of his mans, or something, I don't know who the fuck, bitch ass, some snitching ass nigga, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, shout out to TK, but whoever the fuck dude was, nigga, pull your skirt down, B, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But fam ran out there, you know what I'm saying, and told TK whatever the situation, yo man, some little nigga in there using your joke or whatever, whatever, this, that, and the third. He's like, the fuck, what, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Of course, he comes to address it. TK is exactly who he says he's been, you know what I'm saying, all his life. He comes in there, I had my own ear off stage or whatever. The next comic's on stage and whatever, and I'm in D-Ray section or like by like the DJ booth, yeah, Kingmiddy booth, like just, and I'm like I said, it's just me. I'm not with nobody and whatever. I'm not even really talking about. I'm just there watching the next comics and shit. And TK comes in, and he comes in there and he's talking to the DJ, the person, the announcer, and he's like, hey man, that comic that was just on stage, you know where he went? You know what I'm saying? Do you know where that comic went? And he was like, yeah, it's him right there. And he looks at me and like, oh, hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? My name's TK Kirkland. Oh, what's going on, man? Tunde. Word. Hey, man, it came to my attention that you were using a joke up there talking about, like, who raised you? And I was just like, what? Because I didn't even really remember it. I was just like, who raised you? Nah. Like, well, yeah, I said it. Yeah. Well, when I was like, and I remember, I was like, yeah, I said it. I said, yeah, just who raised, but it was just like, something a little extra I just doing, nothing crazy, nothing really part of my set for real. He was like, oh, okay, yeah. I was just wondering because someone said something like you were using, you know what I'm saying, a joke of mine because that's something that I've been using for a while. I'm a veteran. I was like, yeah, I know who you are. He was like, yeah, okay, word, yeah, I'm about to go up. Ironically, he was mad cool about it. Some motherfuckers oppress niggas. Like, yo, nigga, I'm gonna need you to, you know what I'm saying, check your set. You know what I'm saying? That's my joke or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you another scenario when someone tried to check me, you know what I'm saying? It was actually a homie now, but it's just like he came at me just like yeah, bro, yeah, that's my joke, you know what I'm saying? I use that in my set, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's no disrespect, nothing like that, but I'm gonna show you how I use it, you know, just check me out, you know, but just so you know for future reference, that's something I do. I'm like, word, no problem, man, that's cool, word, appreciate that, you know, yeah, love, you know, and it was just like that. But it's just like that was my first time being in Hollywood and being out here in LA, and it's like, oh shit. This shit real. Somebody I seen on TV just talked to me on stealing his joke. Nigga, don't nobody know me, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? But in my mind, years later, in my mind, I'm like, oh, no, I get it, though. Because that can be the lively. Somebody could be in there and thought that I was fucking hilarious. And now, hey, Tunde, we wanted to sign you to a major deal or something. And it's like, that's money that's in his pocket that I just now didn't snatch. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So that's why I'm always very critical of the things that I say on stage, and I make sure that it's mine and my life and certain stuff. Because also I remember when I was out here, shout out to the homie Chinadu Unaka. He's out here he's on tour right now with Yvonne Orgy. Orgy, excuse me. I said orgy. Orgy, excuse me. Yeah, they're on tour. She's killing it. Shout out to them. She's about to shoot a HBO special.
Yeah,
she's man.
I think she's just in DC last.
Yeah,
yesterday,
yo,
actually.
she's killing it. She is, man. Shout out to everything she do. She's actually pushing that. If fuck it, there you go, right there. Give me the opportunity right now to shout out to her, to Yvonne, because she is pushing the first generations forward right now. She even got her own production, her own series called First Gen. So shout out to her. Shout out to Chinadu. There are some first generations that are fucking killing it right now. You know what I'm saying? Pushing it forward. So yeah. Chinadu was a nigga though. He tried to check me because I tried to do my comedy socials, and I was gonna call him the comedy kickback. He was like, "Hold on, time out, nigga." He called me, or the nigga texted me or some shit. Don't be using my shit. And the thing is, he texted me and he sent me a whole 2-year thread. This nigga sent me fucking promo videos. He sent me fucking flyers, nigga, everything. Like, hold on, fam, don't be coming out here trying to, I don't know who you is, nigga. When I got put on by my mans who told me he's gonna be in the show at a kickback. Nigga, we do the kickbacks around this bitch. Yeah, and shout out to Chilla. I'm finna do performing one of them soon, but yeah. So that was only a time like somebody like checked me on some shit. I give them that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right.
I got one question that's not comedy related.
Yes, sir.
Because I want people to get a scope of you as a person.
Oh, good. Let's get it.
Do you think white people love differently than black people?
Do I think white people love differently than black people?
Yeah.
I think depending on the person and the union between the two people, white people tend to love unconditionally more than black people.
Give an example.
White people accept gay people more than black people do.
Okay.
Period. You come home and say, "Mom, I like boys." It's all right, Tommy. We'll figure it out.
You got Dwayne Wade out here now.
That's one nigga, and who's giving him all the flack for it? Yeah, black folks. Black folks. For him raising his own fucking child and support. Think about it. Think about how wild black people are, how fucking crazy black people are. How are you gonna be mad? You personally gonna be mad at somebody else for supporting their fucking child? Because you don't agree with what their child wants to do with their life? Who the fuck are you?
But you look at that whole T.I. Hyman situation too.
T.I. Hyman, what the fuck?
When T.I. was like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's wild. Just like how we criticize T.I., we should be able to criticize D-Wade too.
See how asinine what you just said? Think about how the fuck are you to criticize another man how he raises his child?
You're a public figure,
right.
You are
and that's what I'm saying. Cool, no problem. You just named two public figures. So anytime they expose information or anytime they put themselves or their business or their private business out in the public, they have to take everything that comes with it. But I'm not talking about them. You brought up two scenarios. I'm talking about the general masses, the 95% of people, not the 5% of rich famous people, the 95% of people that have fucked up shit going on every day, and they go into their fucking trailer park, they go into their fucking mid-major house, they go into their fucking apartment. You know what I'm saying? Because it's those people who are now going into the situations where they're killing themselves, where they're now having to have someone like Zaya or someone like Dwayne Wade on a major platform speak up, because now they can always have somebody to revert to, always have somebody, well, Dwayne Wade and his daughter is like this, you know, because not everybody else is just in the house, you're getting slapped, like, no, you a boy, because that's how boys is. Now, mind you, I can't tell nobody how to raise their child. I can't tell nobody what skin to be in or what gender to be or whatever it is. I'm a man that loves women, you know what I'm saying? Regular women, you feel what I'm saying? So I can't do none of the extra shit that other people got going on. This is what I got going on. But people that have certain understandings of life and certain understandings of who they are, who are you to tell them that that's wrong or right? You know what I'm saying? And who are you also to tell somebody that the way you're raising your child is wrong? Why?
So my whole thing is because I don't really care too much about D-Wade's situation. Mm-hmm. I don't care too much about T.I.'s situation either. But I'm just saying, it's one thing when people say, hey, he can do what's in his house, let him do what's in his house. But then to say, when it was T.I., everyone had to share their opinion. Nobody was saying, hey, that's what's in his house. Let him do what's in his house.
No, a lot of people were saying that shit because at the end of the day, but the thing is too, at the end of the day though, like anybody, you know what I'm saying? as a public figure, or anybody that's speaking publicly, you have to then take consequences for all your actions. Someone like T.I., nigga got caught with all these guns, nigga. Who the fuck he tell on? Nobody, nigga. He couldn't, nigga. It was his guns, you know what I'm saying? So he went to jail for it. You go out into fucking interviews and somebody asks you, so how do you treat your daughter? Some shit. Well, I take her to the Hammond myself, and I blah, 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 blah. Who the fuck asked you to give us that goddamn information? Fucking go gadget info? You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to expand all that extra information. You could just say, well, you know what I'm saying? Me and my daughter have a very close relationship. I like to take things very slow with her and give her as much attention as she deserves. I like to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, everything as far as her as a woman is intact. And when she has any questions or concerns, I'm trying to be there as much as I can. Now, that's me being an articulate nigga. Now, Mr. Encyclopedia over there, he got all the words and shit. He could have used some of them and brought it up that way. But that's a whole human being. Niggas fuck up every day. You know what I'm saying? And he got the flack for that. So at the end of the day, I look at it as like, you can't necessarily put that on him because of a slip of some words, you know what I'm saying? And him just over, you know what I'm saying, exposing. And you can't necessarily even compare that to Dwayne Wade because this is a transition in somebody's whole life. That situation with T.I. is with him and his natural born daughter that's growing into a grown ass woman. This with Dwayne Wade is him and his, at the time, son, who is now transitioning and mentally conforming to being a woman, and he has to deal with that and cope with that and help her build through that. That's a different thing. All she gotta do is say, Daddy, listen, I'm going to the fucking gynecologist myself, nigga. You don't know how to keep your motherfucking mouth shut. I'm grown. I'm 18. This is a 12-year-old.
But in the same case, D-Wade didn't have to share that information.
Yes, he did, because at the end of the day, this is the problem. This is what I think. I really need people to understand this about this situation with Dwayne Wade. He was put in such a rock and a fucked up place as a major celebrity and a father, because with his legacy and everything that he just went through and everything that he just did in his 16, 17-year career, that all burned to the ground the moment that child turns 18 and speaks out and says, my dad didn't support me when I came out and told him who I was, especially in fucking 2020.
I'm not saying he could have supported him, but he doesn't have to.
But at the end of the day, he doesn't have to speak on it publicly too, just like he didn't have to, just like he's technically not even speaking on his 5-year-old child or however-year-old child that he has. You know what I'm saying? Outside of wedlock with Gab, you know what I'm saying? He has a whole other boy that they don't even talk about. He talked about it in the documentary. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that he brought that up. I'm sincerely glad. That was some real nigga shit. Yeah, he brought that shit up and he really addressed that. He addressed it and then he moved on. You know what I'm saying? But the situation now, though, with this situation is, this is what's in his household. This is what go like. And his son is on fucking ESPN in high school. You telling me that the little boy somebody ain't gonna talk to him? Somebody ain't gonna ask him about some shit? So he couldn't avoid this, especially, and like you just said, as a public figure and someone who's had them in the spotlight their entire life from zero to now. They've always had cameras in their face. They've always had private jets. They've always had, you know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me that someone like that is not going to be able to let their voice be heard. So you better nip it in the bud now. You think, and first, I guarantee Dwayne Wade is going to have a way closer relationship with Magic Johnson than anybody in the world.
Oh, because they both, yeah.
They both have 2 female daughters.
Oh, I didn't know Magic Johnson's.
Come on. It's not about transitioning. Some people legitimately identify as div. They don't have to want to cut their dick off. And that's the dumb thing too. Boosie was out here just being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? No one said that a 12-year-old is about to make that decision tomorrow or about to make that decision. She legitimately just said, I identify as this. You know what I'm saying? And that's their motherfucking choice. Just like Magic Johnson's big ass daughter identifies as a girl. You know what I'm saying? That's just a big girl, legitimately.
See, I don't know too much about. I think EJ.
But that's what I'm saying. Either way, I'm sure you've seen pictures of you know what I'm saying, him in a fucking big ass dress. You think a dude's gonna do that?
No. I thought he was just gay.
But come on now. We both know of gay dudes that are still manly.
Yeah, but coming from the DMV, the type of how he is. That's what I was used to when I see gay guys.
Yeah.
So to me
too from Chicago. Yes, things like that.
Okay, gay, he's just.
Yeah,
gay.
but even those type.
I didn't know he was even transitioning to all of that.
That's what I'm saying. That's the ignorance of people. People keep thinking that just because someone identifies as something else, that they're trying to transition. What does that mean that they have to transition because of that?
I feel like at least with Magic Johnson, and the thing is, I'll even put this out there. This was not what I intended this conversation to go.
No. I feel like it's an intelligent conversation. You know what I'm saying?
But I'll say this, at least for me, when I see Magic Johnson's son, it's like, okay, I just see him on Instagram. and boom, whoop-de-whoop. I just keep scrolling, or keep moving, and that's it. I've never seen Magic Johnson address the situation himself.
And see, that's what I'm saying. And that's the difference between Magic Johnson and Dwayne Wade. Magic Johnson's almost fucking 60. He comes from a different era. You know what I'm saying? And remember what he's already dealing with his own shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to bring that up. But it's like, with that already, it's like, mum's the word over here. You know what I'm saying? And in my era, what worked best for me was to keep things private. And that's what we in the social media area. We're in the era of information. Kids are fucking nosy. And they're meaner than they were back in the day. Because you can literally be gay, straight, bisexual, whatever the fuck you want to be, and go on a fucking island somewhere and nobody ever have to see you again. But now, niggas always tweet about you. Niggas always bring your name up all this shit because of a video or a fucking picture that went viral. You get what I'm saying? So if your son, also remember, you said that Dwayne Wade didn't have to say nothing about it. Why? Because when niggas are slandering his fucking son because he got some tight ass fucking onesie on in a Christmas picture. That's a kid in the picture, and they're already calling him gay in the picture. So why not address it head on?
That's just social. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's fair.
And that's all I'm saying. Now, mind you, I can't even speak on how the fuck I would react if I found that was my situation. I don't know, but that's that nigga. That's one nigga, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't even got no fucking kids, so I can't even say anything about anything. You know what I'm saying?
I was just looking at it like, you have people who bully, who troll on social media all the time. Mm-hmm. You just kind of filter through it and ignore it. That's the advice for anybody who's on social media seeing shit going on. That's the advice I give you regardless.
Right.
Like, just filter through the bullshit.
But to answer your original question, white people tend to love unconditionally. Black people tend to love with conditions. That doesn't mean that black people don't tend to love as hard or not as equally.
White people love with conditions too.
To an extent, but not like Asians, not like Africans, not like Europeans. Yeah. They will cut you off in a blink of an eye. White people will figure it out with you if they just can't deal with you. Because white people, think about it. White people, they will have the fuck up kid. Drugs, alcohol, all this shit, cigarettes, whatever. Send them billions of dollars to rehab and all type of shit. All the white people that actually have money that care about their kids will spend it out. You got a bitch right now, an actress that's going to jail because of her dumbass daughter. Black folks, nigga, if you can't, nigga, you ain't got it.
Black folks, we don't have, I think the thing is, with black folks, the way we have to love, we don't have time to kind of...
And that's the problem.
Put emphasis on things like that because it's like we're still trying to survive.
And that's what I'm saying. Black, but that, and that's that. It has
to come with conditions.
That's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword because we have to grow up so fast as individuals and be independent that sometimes we don't have the time to get that love from our parents because they out there trying to get it or trying to figure some shit out. These white people have the time to put the energy into them unless they don't. And then you got the ones that's fucked up that want to shoot everybody at the fucking school. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is. Or you got the ones that's fucked up in general and still want to shoot everybody at the fucking school and their parents want to send them away. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit. So it's different. But like what I say though, I think that black people, we have a certain sense of understanding when it comes to a sincere faith within the people that you are familiar with. And when I say that very, very intricately. A distinct faith in the people that you're familiar with. Think about it. Why don't niggas leave their block? Why don't niggas leave their hood?
Because you just don't know what's around
you. Don't know nothing else. Mm-hmm. No, not you don't know what's around you. You don't know nothing else. How many people will say, man, I ain't never left my block because I don't know nothing else? Some people ain't never been on a fucking plane. Some people don't.
Never left their
That's them. That's them. Fuck. That's your fault. You're in America. You have all the privilege. Black people don't leave because one, so many, you and me both know of niggas that's from the hood or some shit. They ain't never been on a fucking plane or never left DC or never left their hood, but they got all the fucking hood money. They driving Benzes. They driving all the shit. They don't know how to use that fucking money to get a goddamn passport because they scared. They're scared to. They don't know how to use that money. Maybe the max that they'll do is bring their dumb ass to LA and probably spend some money in the club and go right back to fucking DC. Or go to Miami or go to some place that just makes them seem like an extravagant life, they're living an extravagant lifestyle in America. But they won't take their ass nowhere outside their block. Or they'll be in some beef or some hood shit or some shit and still be in their hood because of pride. Or they rather be scared or be in a situation in their hood because they feel they're protected because they're family or some shit. Then just move. Then just move. You got all this fucking hood money, your dumb ass, and you got ops, and you won't just move. True. What the fuck is wrong with you? Because your mama live here, your grandma live here, your uncles and them live on the block, your cousins and them.
So why the fuck won't you move? Because you're scared of white people. You're scared of being around comfortable environments around people so you'd rather put yourself around fucking inhumane, dangerous ass environments because your family there. That's so fucking stupid and so fucked up. That's the problem with us as black people, though. That's what I'm saying. Because people have faith in what they're familiar with, they get stuck in their ignorance. Why the fuck do you keep glorifying the block and glorifying the hood when ain't nothing there for you but violence? Because your people will come bail you out. Your mama will come take care of you if you get shot and you gotta run. Or if you have a kid, your mom's is there. Your grandmama there. That's somewhere you can drop them off at.
But logic will tell you that you can move all these people, your mama, your kids.
Who said you had to move them? Why not move yourself?
Nah, you can, like, if I could, I would move my mama out here.
Of course. Of course you would. Why wouldn't you? That's your mama.
But that's honestly, I really thought this would go in a more jokey way.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. Niggas be thinking of the jokes. No, I'm with the shits. Like serious as fuck. I'm dead ass serious. That's what I'm saying. These jokes that be on motherfucking on stage, I be dead the fuck serious. So when I be telling niggas, nigga, yeah, I slap niggas. I be serious. No, I'm just playing.
So, yeah, because I was ready to go on some Dawson Creek, white people love black people.
No, fuck that. No, that's what I'm saying. I be wanting more serious conversations. Niggas be sprinkling funny shit. That's a problem. People think that niggas just is supposed to be funny, silly all day. No, fuck that. That's for them. Those are the comics. Those are the people on social media that give you that bullshit, that quick. What if your baby mama this, when your step brother do this, when your son this, when the mailman do this, or if all these if what's or I don't whatever. That's not me. No, nigga, we talk real fast.
We are running late on time.
Yes, we is. Yeah, my client gonna be mad as fuck, but you'll be alright.
So before we wrap this up, again, give everybody your social media handle.
Yes. It's Tunde, aka Tune Got Jokes. That's TUNGOTJOKES, and you can follow me on all of my social media platforms at Tune Got Jokes. Like I said, again, that's TUNGOTJOKES. And follow my podcast, Do Saying Backwoods. It's available on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And make sure the shit come holla at a player. You know what I'm saying? You ever in LA, need a haircut, whatever, holla at me. And all that good shit. Yeah, I'm out here.
All right. Yeah. So to end this off, again, we are going to do some karaoke. You remember last time?
Oh, really? What the fuck?
Yeah, we did the karaoke to sign it off.
Oh, shit. What
so you pick a song. If I know it, I'm going to join you. If I don't, you on your own.
Okay. Oh, this is one of my favorite song scenes. Doom, doom, doom. What the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? Baby, wait, let me explain before you start to point your cane. Girl, I'm about to have a fit. Oh, it's about to be some shit. How did I get into this? Shoulda never came home with this bitch. You low down dirty woman, back to where you're coming from. But baby, wait, my ass hit the streets, your ass is grass. Now, Mr. Biggs, before you're done, now how you know my name, son? Honey, wait, I was gonna tell you. Move, this cat looks real familiar. Now don't I know you're from somewhere a long time ago? No, I don't think so. Yeah. I know you, brother, very well. No, you mistaken me for somebody else. Frank, shut up. Can't you see two men to talk? But thought I told your ass to get the walking. Now I think y'all better leave this place, 'cause I'm about to catch a case. You're contagious. Touch me, baby. Give me what you got. Yeah.
I was nervous at first 'cause I was like, yo, I thought we canceled on it.
Nah, nigga. Karaoke shit, don't ever put me out there, nigga. We bang this karaoke. Fuck you talking about, nigga. We do this. Shout out to Africanist Podcast, man. Thanks for having me. This shit was dope.
All right, y'all. This is Kingmiddy, Africanist Podcast. We are signing out. Again, thank you for joining us. If you're watching this on iTunes, or I'll be damned. If you're watching this on YouTube, listening on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, shout out to you. And thank you.